Well, welcome back to the Nevada County Media broadcast here at Victorian Christmas here in beautiful Nevada City. A big thank you to the cast from Scrooge who were here just before the commercial break. We were so excited to have them. And now I have another very special guest. Lynn, help me say your last name here. I know I'm going to mess it up.
Screwcrude. It's a tricky one.
Okay, and what is the origins of that?
It's Norwegian.
I was thinking Norwegian. Again, I didn't want to guess, but I was like, hey, guess that last name. So that's fantastic. Now, you are the event manager here for the Victorian Christmas. So tell us a little bit about that, kind of what goes into planning this and how you got to be the event manager.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to it. It's definitely a complex event, and we do lots of events every year, but Victorian Christmas is by far our biggest. We have over 125 vendors, over 30 different musical groups that perform throughout the 5 nights, and it's just such a popular event that people love, so there's a huge legacy that it has with it that we need to make sure we live up to. But yeah, so I've been doing this for about a year and a half, so this is my second time doing Victorian Christmas, and before that I was the co-director of NEO and the NEO Youth Center, so I had a lot of experience doing events for youth, and one of the chamber board members asked me to come in and start helping with events, and one thing led to another, and here I am.
That's fantastic. Tell us a little bit about NEO. My son actually just started going there with his friends, and so they love it every time they go. Can you tell us a little bit about the youth center there?
Yeah, so NEO has a free youth center that's open to any youth between the ages of 11 and 18, and even some events for up to 25-year-olds, and just provides a fun, free, safe place for young people to spend their time where they can be engaged and hanging out with friends and learning new skills. So it's just a really great opportunity for young people.
Okay. And talk about, now we're going to get to Victorian Christmas here. We are like right in the middle of it. I can hear everybody talking, the vendors going, and I can smell the caramel corn. You cannot miss it. But tell us a little bit about the other events that you help manage and that get put on in the area around here.
Yeah, so the Nevada City Chamber hosts numerous events each year. So we have 2 street fairs, Victorian Christmas and Summer Nights, which is in July. And then we also do several parades. So we alternate 4th of July with Grass Valley every other year. So we had it this past year. It'll be back in Grass Valley next year. And then we have our Mardi Gras parade. We have the Art Walk, Constitution Day parade. So we have lots of fun events throughout the year for the whole community.
Okay, awesome. And let's bring it back here to Victorian Christmas. Now, can you tell us how long, of course you can tell us, but how long is it going to be running? When can people come and experience this?
Yeah, so we have about another 2 weeks of it. And so we have 2 more Sundays. It'll be December 11th and 18th from 1:30 to 6 p.m. And then one more Wednesday, December 14th from 5 to 9 p.m.
Okay, awesome. Any tickets required? Can people just show up? Parking? What does that look like? I'm sure the weekends it gets a little bit bananas around here.
It does get a little bananas, but it's completely free to attend. No need for tickets or anything like that, but you can take the shuttle, which we recommend because it gets very difficult to park. So you can park at the Nevada County Government Center, which is at 950 Maidu Avenue, and take the shuttle. It's a $5 fee to ride the shuttle, and it just really avoids a lot of headaches. So I definitely recommend that.
It was very efficient. I will tell you that right now. And if you were in costume, we found out you can maybe ride the shuttle for free if they like what you're wearing. So
exactly.
Yeah.
If you dress in Victorian attire, you'll get a free ride.
Now talk us through what you're wearing here. Who are you wearing right now? What do we have going on here?
Well, I decided to pick the coat that I thought would stand out the most in case people needed to find me. So I have my long floor-length wool red coat with a hoop skirt. And so it's fun, something fun I found on Etsy. It's fun to kind of find some Victorian clothing. And I got parts of it from Solstice right here in Nevada City. They have a lot of great costumes as well if you're looking for a costume.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Wear your gloves, wear a scarf probably. It's a little chilly out here, but it hasn't stopped anybody. I mean, it's a Wednesday and it is packed and people are having so much fun. So, Lynn, I would love for you to be our tour guide for a little bit. Can you take us through a Victorian Christmas? Maybe what are some things that stand out for you going through the streets here? And tell us what streets we're on actually as well that it's going to be on.
Yes, we have a lot of fun activities at the event, and so Broad Street, the entirety of Broad Street is shut down and filled with vendors, but we also have vendors on Pine Street, York Street, and Commercial, as well as in the Three Forks parking lot. So it's really kind of encompasses most of downtown Nevada City. And a few highlights are, of course, the hot roasted chestnuts. Everyone loves to get their free hot roasted chestnut, and we have 2 fire pits that you could sit around and warm up with. And then, of course, there's visits with Santa Claus, and so kids can go and get their picture taken in the Masonic Hall with Santa Claus. We also have Father Christmas, which is our Victorian era Christmas Santa, and he walks around on Sundays. He strolls the street, and it's a really fun Santa outfit there. And then the famous walking Christmas tree who walks throughout the streets, and then of course you can't forget the hot buttered rum and hot mulled wine, which will keep you
Saw that
warm.
coming over here. Yes, yeah, that really got my attention.
Definitely tasty and extra good on cold nights like this.
Now, it seems we were talking a little bit before we went on air here. Being here in years past, I feel like it's bigger this year. Has it grown?
It has grown. So we've actually added about almost 30 vendors compared to last year. So we have more vendors than we've had in a very long time. And so we actually added an additional street this year. York Street hasn't been included in the past.
So talk me through, obviously that's coordinating a small army, I would imagine. How much planning goes, like how far in advance are you starting to get? I don't know, just walk me through what it takes to actually put something like this on.
Yeah, it's quite a huge undertaking. So we start planning it. Certain things we start planning at the beginning of the year, but we really kind of jump in August when we wrap up our summer events. That's when we kind of dive in completely. And so we have, our staff at the chamber, everyone plays a role for sure. And then even there's a lot of people at the city, like the police department, the public works department. They are so helpful in making everything happen as well. And our board and volunteers. So it takes an army to make it happen.
It sounds like so. The vendors that you have coming here, is that something where that's just open to anybody, or how does somebody become a vendor?
Yeah, so anyone can apply to become a vendor. We do encourage them to be artisans. So we really jury all of our vendors and make sure that it has the right feel for what we're looking for. And so we encourage artisan vendors, but we have some who import things and just some really nice, beautiful products. So anyone can apply. Applications usually open in August, and the deadline is in October. So definitely watch the deadline. We had a lot of people calling us in the last few weeks who missed the deadline, and unfortunately we filled up. Yeah,
and you got to say no, maybe next year. So okay, fantastic. So if people are going to be a vendor, are they here for the whole time? Is that the requirement that you be here the whole time?
Yeah, so that is a requirement. So all the vendors are here for all 5 events.
Okay, awesome. One of maybe the most unique thing that you've seen out there so far that people can buy?
Gosh, there's so many things. A lot of great things. There's everything from homemade blankets and homemade lotions, goat milk lotion. That is amazing, from Nightingale Farms. Lots of different things. It's so unique. We have everything from handmade knives to fun things for kids and craft boxes and fairy wings for kids. So there's really something for everyone.
That's fantastic. So can the littles can come and do what can we do for the littles? Is it just carrying them around in the wagon or anything else special we can do for them?
There's a lot of fun activities for the littles. So they love to see some of the characters we have around and visiting with Santa. We have a clown this year who's really fun, and he walks around.
Yep.
And then we also have someone who makes balloon animals. So really fun. We also have a lot of great kids stores too. So if you're looking for some shopping for the littles, definitely check out the stores. We have 3 kids stores on Commercial and Main, and another one on Spring Street. So definitely check that out for your holiday shopping.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I would love for you, anything else that maybe you want to say before we wrap up here, or I would just love for you to give a quick shout out and an invite to people to come see Victorian Christmas here.
Yeah, I would just say we'd encourage everyone to come join us. We have 3 more nights, and it's a really fun event. It really helps put you in the holiday spirit, and so we encourage everyone to come out and have fun, walk around, and enjoy the holiday season.
It's fantastic. I was doing a little bit of research, and back in Victoria time, they did knuckles. So, Lynn, can you give me some knuckles here? Thanks so much for doing. I just made that up. They don't actually do that. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the event. I know you're standing out in case people are looking for you. They're probably looking for you now. We're going to take some commercials. We'll be right back in just a little bit. I see a Christmas tree in the distance, so maybe we'll talk to them in just a little bit. We'll be right back.